Hello everyone. Today's topic of discussion is so interesting. There is one question. Is it possible to use the weather as a weapon? Is it possible to use the weather as a weapon? So this is the question, and what is the answer to this question? Answer to this question is at present this is not possible. Yes, to some extent this is possible. But fully control means full control over weather is not possible at present. But in future there are so many chances. Okay, and our current technology actually does not allow us to control weather so precisely. Precise control is required. So question is, how is it possible to use the weather as a weapon? So we are talking about weapon, means we are talking about sky wars. There are so many things. Using those things we can go for a war. Such as if you can create tsunami artificially, that is called engineered tsunami. Though that is not weather, that is not related to weather. But you can use. If you can engineer tsunami, means according to your requirement, you are able to create tsunami. According to your requirement, you can create earthquake. So those are the possibilities. According to your requirement, you can create volcanic eruptions. So by using all these things, you can fight a battle. Anyway, I was talking about what? I was talking about only the weather. Here the topic of discussion in this video is only the weather. Such as, for example, if you could induce heavy rainfall in a specific region, thereby that could lead to flooding. So automatically people would die. And that is our target. Okay? So in that case, you need to create artificially rainfall, such as you know that potassium iodide is there, silver iodide is there. If you could disperse silver iodide or potassium iodide in the atmosphere, then you could create rainfall in that region. So by inducing rainfall heavily in a specific region, you could create flooding. Means you could create flood over that region, and that way people would die. So this is one way. Second way, if you could raise the temperature of a certain region, if you could raise the temperature, okay, of a certain region, then people would automatically die. Means they would die directly from heat. Again, indirectly from drought and its consequences. Again, if you could make a region unbearably cold, in that case also, vulnerable people like infants and the elderly would die. So many things are there. But the problem is that at present, precise control over weather is not possible. You know, in case of weather, just for a small change, it could bring about drastic consequences. Because weather patterns are mostly unpredictable. With certainty, you cannot predict the weather conditions. But in future, say in future we will be able to use energy at planetary scales, means enormous energy. I am talking about enormous energy. So by using that enormous energy or by using orbital lasers, you could disturb the ionosphere of above a certain region. Ionosphere means upper atmosphere. And if you could disrupt the ionosphere, in that case, you know, the propagation of electromagnetic waves through that region will be disturbed. And thereby, you could disrupt the navigation, communication, even the emergency services of a certain region. And that way also people would die. So in that case, what is the requirement? you need to use high energy beam. You need to focus high energy beam over a certain region. Target location is ionosphere. So in future, by using AI driven computers, especially quantum computers, AI driven monitoring systems, quantum models of weather, okay, so many things are there which are at present evolving. But still, if you talk about only the present moment, no. At present, this is not possible for us to have a precise control over weather. So we cannot use weather as a weapon at present, but in future, it may become possible. Again, one more thing is there, changing the path of a storm. Changing the path of a storm or hurricane or tornado, etc. All are almost same. So if you are able to change the path of a storm, so you can use that storm. Means in that case you could direct that storm to a specific region to bring about devastation in that region. So many ways are there. Okay, and in the very beginning of this video I was talking about tsunami, volcano eruptions, and then earthquake, but those are not actually weather. Those are not related to weather, but still those things also, if you can control all those things according to your requirement, then those things also could be used for surgical strikes or for any work. Okay, according to the requirement. Everything depends on the requirement. Okay, but before that we need to know the science in depth, and we need to control everything precisely according to our requirement. Anyway, so this was all about skywars. Whenever we use this term skywars, that means actually we are talking about atmosphere. So the question was, what is it possible to weaponize the weather, or is it possible to use the weather as a weapon? So answer to this question is yes, but in future, not at present. Okay, anyway, so this was all about today's topic. If you found this video to be fascinating, so please in that case like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching this video.